Something wrong with my internet. That's weird. Hmm.
It's the ghost.
All right, hey guys, welcome to the show. This is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast, and it's Saturday, and tonight I am in Dallas, North Carolina. I never knew there was a Dallas in North Carolina, but I guess there is. And tonight I am with a team called Girl After Ghost, paranormal investigation team. Did I say that right, guys?
You did.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyway, hey, guys, tell you what's going on right quick. Supposed to had an investigation last night. That didn't go through well, man. I was so excited for this investigation, but it did not fall through. So those of you guys that are expecting uh video for that investigation, it did not happen. I will have to make it up to you guys some other way. Maybe I'll buy you a beer or two or three, you know. But I will make it up to you guys. But anyway, hey, like I say, I am in Dallas, North Carolina with Girl After Ghost Paranormal Investigation Team. Hey guys, introduce yourselves.
Hi. I'm Megan. I'm the creator and founder of Girl After Ghosts, and I'm also a lead investigator.
I'm Brittany, and I'm a lead investigator.
I'm Carl, and I'm a lead investigator.
Wow, we got a bunch of lead investigators.
We do. Not all of our members are here, and they're the ones that are just investigators.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, hey, welcome to the show. I really appreciate you guys coming on. And I also let me do a quick shout out to everybody, right quick. To everybody that are watching us live, streaming live on all the platforms from around the world. All you guys that are on Kick, Rumble, Instagram, X, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and my personal Facebook page. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I appreciate all the support, all the love that you guys have been giving me. Hey, let's keep up with the good work. And let's just have some. Hey, let's just have some fun with this, man. Everything's don't have to be all serious, but hey, you guys know me. I'm gonna have fun with it anyway. So what I'm gonna do right now is I am gonna go to a quick commercial, and I gotta pay some bills, even though they don't pay me. But I will be right back in a minute. So hey, stay with me, guys. Yeah. All right, welcome back to the show, guys. Hey, Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast Show, and tonight we are in Dallas, North Carolina. All right, guys, you guys are ready for this podcast show?
Yep.
Ready.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm
You got-
ready.
If you got something to drink, let me see it.
Water.
Diet.
I better see a beer somewhere.
No, not for us. We don't drink.
Well, you drinking water, so you must drink. Wow. So you're telling me you guys don't drink?
We don't. That's actually one of the reasons behind our paranormal investigation team. Is my best friend was killed by a drunk driver back in 2010, and we honor her.
Respect, respect, respect. Hey, I totally respect that, guys. I do. But I'm not a big social drinker, but I do. I love milk. So I love. I don't know if you guys. Do you guys have zingers over there?
I don't think so.
Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
Terry, I'm from Louisiana, and there's a lot of stuff that's in Louisiana that's not in North Carolina.
okay, I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh wow, dude, no zingers and oh man, that's zingers is a must. Little
What is
s-
Caesar?
little square little cakes like that big. Got like little frosting on the top.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the cream filling in the middle. It's pretty much like a giant cake. I mean, not a miniature cake. I'm sorry, but
Sounds-
anyway, I'm gonna have to get you guys some. I'll send it to you. If you send me a shirt, I'll send you some zingers.
we will.
Oh boy! All right, hey, you know what? Let's dive right into the show. Hey guys, have you guys ever seen any of my podcast shows?
The what?
Couldn't hear this podcast.
I watched like 10 minutes of one, but I was in a hurry, so I just stopped.
Okay, so you guys, let me give you guys a rundown on what this podcast is about. Now, this podcast show is not about the questions that you guys hear every time you guys are on a podcast. Uh, I'm not going to ask you guys about what type of equipment that you guys have or all that stuff. That's not what I do. What I like to do is pick your mind, pick your brain, tell me what you think about certain questions that I ask you guys. Some of these questions may be a little serious, or but some of them are suggestive. It just randomly pops in my head. So I don't want you guys to get frustrated if you guys can't answer it. No problem. Do the best you can. But with the first question of the day is, what the hell is going on in North Carolina?
Well, for one, it's hot as hell.
Okay.
Can I say hell?
Our faces are building off.
But as far as paranormal hunts
Hmm.
in North Carolina, we've actually visited quite a few places this year. One of our favorites is around Gastonia, and we call it the Fall Sisters House. And there was three missionary sisters that lived there, and now they haunt the place.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, how do you guys know it's the sisters?
We've done some research on it, and the answers and the responses that we've got within the equipment always goes back to their beliefs and who they were prior to passing.
Interesting. Interesting at all. Okay. Now, the name Girl After Ghost, where did you come up with that from?
Well, I was thinking one night, I was like, I really want a new name for my team because I used to do it with my mom and my sister, and we were like called the Boo Crew, and I was like, oh my god, I have to do something cool. And I just kept thinking of names, and then I was like, Girl After Ghost because I'm chasing ghosts, and it just clicked.
Mm. Now, have you thought about changing that name you know, since the team's got a little bit bigger and you just don't have girls on the team? Have you thought about changing that?
Well, I've talked to the guys on the team as well, and we've all agreed that we just love the name, and it's became like our brand. Even though they are guys, at the end of the day, I'm the one that started it, and it just resonates.
Okay.
And even
Now,
if they was to quit,
okay. What's up, Torres? How you doing today? I know it's hot down there. Okay. Now, is Girl After Ghost, is that a household name? Is that a name where you can walk down the street and people will say, "Hey, that's Girl After Ghost right there."
it is.
Okay. So if I see you guys at the Circle K, I expect to get some autographs. Uh, All right. Well, you know what? Tell me a little bit about the city you guys live in.
We live in Dallas, and it's on the outskirts of like Charlotte and Gastonia. It's a small town.
Mm, okay, small town. About what? 10,000, maybe 15,000
About
people.
that much.
Yeah.
You blink and you're gone.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How many? How many red lights?
Not very many. Like
We're like 4.
Yeah,
maybe.
four.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are the main paranormal team in in that town, correct?
Mhm.
So there's nobody else.
Not in Dallas.
Not in Dallas.
All right. So you guys are apparently you guys are in the Bible Belt, considering you're in North Carolina. Do you have more churches in that town than you have red lights?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everywhere you blink and turn, there's churches, whether they are condemned or running.
Hmm, that is interesting. How does the church? How do they perceive you guys?
Well, we've actually been to like a festival that a church hosted, and they seem pretty okay, some of them. But then we've also gotten looks before, and just you know,
Mm, well,
We haven't
well,
had a lot of negative feedback, I'd say.
okay, cool. All right. So the first question of the day for you guys from the comments is: Can are you guys able to read the comments?
I don't say anything.
Okay. Angel Torres wants to know how many members do you have on your team?
Sick.
seven.
7 members. Wow. Uh, okay. You know what? Who, man, how do you guys handle so many different attitudes with 7 members coming
It's
out you at one time?
it's hard because I'm sassy,
Mm,
and most of the time their attitudes we all just connect. Like it's all like a family. We're pretty much all family. And at the end
mhm.
of the day, if one of us is down, the other one has us. We always pick each other up.
Okay. And how long you guys been investigating?
I founded Girl After Ghost in 2022, but
Hmm.
I've been researching the paranormal since about 2010.
Okay. And what made you decide that you wanted to venture into such a curious and weird, you know, thing? Call
Okay,
it thing.
so my like I mentioned earlier, my best friend, she was killed by a drunk driver back in 2010. There was a lot of stuff that was unsaid and just kind of like a feud going on between us, and we didn't make things right before she passed away. And it's like that day of, she knew that something was going to happen. She kept reaching out to me. I kept ignoring her calls. So when she passed away, she attached herself to me, and she's always there. I've been through some stuff, and she's always made her presence known. And once she started reaching out to me and we had this connection, I wanted other people to continue to have connections with loved ones that they've lost or spirits to have a chance to communicate and tell their stories.
Okay.
And
Wow.
this is Laura, and that's my daughter. I got a picture drawn of them.
Hey. Okay. Cool.
And my daughter's name's Laurel, so she's named after Laura.
Mm. Now, Jesse Holland also says, "Hey, sadly, I'm at work today, buddies."
Yeah, that's
Yay.
that's my brother, and he's a part of the team as well.
All right. So the next question that I have for you guys, do you have any clairvoyants on the team?
No, I don't. No, we don't.
Oh man, you got to get somebody with that twinkle twitch on your team.
Yeah, we need to, but we're very reserved. Like, it takes us months of bonding and communicating with people to even form a new member.
Mm. Okay. Now, how often do new members actually reach out to you to say, "Hey, I want to join your team"? Is it
Well, here
every so
recently
often?
we got two like requests wanting to join the team, and we start off by meeting them, taking them to dinner, getting the feel on them, and then we'll let them go through some trial investigations with us, and then if we feel like they're the right fit, then we'll offer like, hey, do you want to become a regular?
Did you say dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Who's buying?
Uh, Most of the time we all buy our own food, but if they need help, I got them.
Well, I mean, if you invite me out, I want you to pay.
Listen, I ain't rich.
Oh,
The cameraman might pay for me though.
you know what? And I don't mean to pick on you, but you really have a southern accent.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, because were you always, or you were born in North Carolina?
I was.
Okay, because to me, it sounds like you can be a little southern Louisiana also, because you
That's
have that
crazy you
that.
say that because my fiance, the cameraman, is from Louisiana.
See, yeah,
Welcome.
he might can agree with me. You got the little southern
Cajun.
Louisiana on you. All right, well, guys, this is the first serious question of the day that I have for you guys. Uh, who's the oldest on the team?
Carl.
I am.
Carl. Who's the youngest on the team?
Jesse.
JSC.
Okay, how old is Jesse?
25.
18.
25. You know, that's a good age. Are you watching Harry Potter?
Oh, that's our thing.
If you're watching Harry Potter, I'm there with you.
I hear Harry Potter music, but I don't know where it's coming from. Is that you? It's my son over there. I don't. He say he's not watching Harry Potter. I don't
That's
know.
weird.
That's weird, man. But anyway, guys, hey, with Hollywood doing the things that they're doing, and there are young paranormal investigators that are coming out in the world that wants to be paranormal investigators. Uh, what do you guys think about them? Uh, that are, some of them are some team. I mean, some paranormal teams are a little unorthodox. They don't necessarily do the things that we do as paranormal investigators. They want that fame and fortune right now. So, what do you think about that?
Well, I think if you can get the younger paranormal investigators into the right team, it's a good thing. But if they're after money, fame, fortune, your heart's not in it for the right reason to begin with.
Okay. Uh, would you say that Hollywood had corrupted a
Oh yeah,
lot of young minds that are out there that wants
yeah.
to
They
do
put a lot of
this.
glamour on it, and so like when things do happen, people don't believe you.
Mm, right, right. So, what do you guys need to do to make sure that they succeed and don't fail at what they need at what they want to do as paranormal investigators?
Stay honest. Keep everything as honest as possible. So that way,
Okay.
nobody's going to point out.
Would it be hard to say that uh, it you know it, I'm being honest with you. What we do is not easy. It's dangerous. I've seen people, including myself, get hit with bricks because something attaches themselves to you or something senses something on you and it just comes at you. You know, kids today might not be able to handle a situation like that.
Yeah.
And for example, we actually had our youngest member, the last hunt that we went on, we had something attach itself to him. And we had to make him understand because he was feeling, forced to stay there. And we're like, no, you got to get out. We have to get you out. We have to calm you down. Like, just listen to us. We have you. And we're trying to, work with him from the bottom up and teach him the right ways. So when
Hmm.
we no longer are able to do it, he has that name and he can do it the right way.
Great, great. Now, would you guys say that what you guys have placed in front of him might not always work for somebody else because you're always going to have that one knucklehead that's going to be defiant, that's going to want to do things Hollywood way, and it never turns out to be good when you head down that road.
Yeah, and I think
Uh,
that's why we do the trial run so we can see, if we are going to run into somebody like that, well, you're not a good fit.
We catch on to the knuckleheads pretty quickly, so it's not.
mm. Now, there, because to be honest with you guys, uh, there was a there's a foundation that's been laid out before us on how to properly investigate, communicate, educate individuals. And how to, and when I mean communicate, I mean communicating with spirits the right way. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and I can honestly say this generation is not obeying by the rules and regulations that's been set forth for all paranormal investigators. Would you guys agree with that?
I do because I see a lot of disrespect, especially on Hollywood today. There's a lot of disrespect, a lot of aggression, and just a lot of hateful remarks and comments towards spirits.
Hmm.
We watch
And
videos at the beginning of them. We try to, inform people, this is what you should do before you start, after, during, don't ask certain questions. We kind of try to inform that too as we go.
mm, so, if I was to ask you guys a question about this, uh, just feel free to tell me what you think. Where does respect start?
Respect starts with police to begin with.
No, no, no. When I mean respect, where does respect start? If you a somebody young that wants to come into paranormal world and they want to be paranormal investigators, where does all that start at, guys?
I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with this how you deal with people in real life.
It starts at home.
Way,
Yeah, at home.
Like just how you would treat somebody else. Kind of just don't be negative, don't be aggressive. Just
And I think maybe that's why the environment works with us because we're all pretty much family. We knew each
Hmm.
other before we started this, and we've always been respectful towards each other. And I feel like that's why it does work. But you are right; it does start at home.
If it starts at home, the biggest thing, my biggest concern is uh, this new generation of kids that's going to be future paranormal investigators. If you don't have respect for your mother, oh, I'll take it back. If you don't have respect for your elders, how are you going to have respect for somebody that's been gone
Not here.
for a long period of time and that's not going to tolerate that type of disrespect?
And that can come with consequences too. And that's just
Consequences.
yeah.
Yep. It can start, it can come with consequences. So, would you guys say that, and I'm just throwing this out here, please feel free to give me your opinion. Would you guys say that this generation of paranormal investigators could be lost?
I don't want to say yes.
I feel like
because
maybe.
I mean, it's a possibility, but that's if like the people before them don't take initiative to step up.
Mm. So it would be people like me, you guys,
Yeah,
and every other senior paranormal team on the planet to help these next generation of paranormal investigators to
yeah.
become successful. But yet, aren't, I mean, it's not looking good for us because one, we have social media on our side. And, people and the kids today, what is the one thing that they always on?
Social media.
They'll do
Social media.
anything for a like.
Yeah, they're on social media 24/7. And I don't think I can compete with that. Because when they're laying, because when they're laying in their bed, they're on social media. When they're at school, they're at social media. Now, if I have time to teach them, will we probably what 2, maybe 3 hours out of the week for me to try to get to them? I think that's a lost cause because every time I put something in somebody's head, social media is doing twice as much.
That's just when you just got to keep going. You just got
You
to
know what I'm
believe
saying?
going, and hopefully you'll get to somebody at some point.
So I mean, you're absolutely right. But I think out of 20 individuals, we'll probably maybe get six.
That's six more than what you
Six
had
more than what?
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's six more than what.
Slow progress is better than no progress.
it's a
Yeah,
slippery slope, that's for sure.
but as you guys notice, the foundation is cracking. I mean, can we say that if we save those six, that we're able to put concrete into that slab to save a portion of that foundation? But what about all the other cracks that are forming after we thought that we saved these six? It could be an additional 12 that are falling into the cracks and making the crack bigger.
Yeah, you're not lying too, because a lot of them are after money too. Like,
Thing.
money has become a big thing for haunted locations, which I understand for restoring and continuing the location, but money has become a big factor. Like, in a
Hmm.
lot of these hunts we've been to some, and it's like they're not even focusing on the theory, that it's more about, oh, you paid your here, go hunt.
Yeah, another thing. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never been a fan of big locations where you go spend a lot of money to investigate, and the owners tell you enjoy,
Yeah.
and they don't, like you saying, they don't even know the history of the location. They're just gonna tell you to enjoy. I'm like, oh my god, dude, what the hell did I got myself? Why did I spend $800 for this location and then nobody's telling me nothing?
Yeah, because that's like I tell my team too, because behind the scenes, I'm also having to do research, know what I'm going into, making sure they know what they're going into, And you're right. Like, I don't have the time to show this younger generation all day, every day, what we're doing and what kind of time goes into it. Versus being on social media, learning from social media.
Maybe that's something we should look into. Do like a behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, now the after effects. Okay, let's say this: if this generation of paranormal investigators is a lost cause, what about the ones after them?
I don't even want to think about that.
That's where it takes groups like us to stay true to what you do. Hope for the best.
And then also, like with my child, she's only a year old, but I hope that, you know, I can reach her and she can take over, and then they have kids, and then our kids become the future of our ways, and then hopefully,
Hmm.
just hopefully, they can get to others.
I don't want to say that I want to lose hope though, because if you go back and do your research on like paranormal investigation from the beginning, from when it started, like it's ever changing and ever evolving. So it's really hard to sit there and say that it's a lost cause, I think.
Because it's came a long way from where it was.
Okay, now I'm glad you brought that up, my friend. What's your name?
Brittany.
Brittany. Do you know when the first paranormal investigator, or not per, they wouldn't call PIs back then. They
No,
would
it
just
was a
call.
society. I can't remember the
Ed
name
and
of them.
Lorraine. Ed
Hmm,
and Lorraine.
nope. It goes a lot farther than that, my friend.
Yeah, there was a society. I can't remember the name of it.
Now, I believe, I could be wrong, but the Catholic Church sent out the first paranormal. It wasn't called a paranormal investigator, but the Catholic Church sent out the first investigator to go investigate an unknown phenomenon. So we're talking back 16, 1700s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that, like the gentleman said, things have evolved. And we all know how things evolve. I mean, it runs. Next thing you know, you got people like me, you, and 30 million other guys out here doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So uh, it's it's been around for generations. It's just that it's been called different things, and not only that, the technology is different. Back then, and trust me, I'd rather do what they did back then compared to what they do now, because back then they used their instincts for a lot of their investigation. They used their intuition a lot about for their, their investigations. Today, man, it's all about REM pod, K2, dowsing rods. I mean, dowsing rods were probably back then too, but I mean, there's so much more than what it was back then. See, nobody takes for account the hair standing up on your arms. You know,
You there to realize that. Feel it.
yeah, or that when your ears pop, when you see a black cat. It don't actually got to be a black cat. When you get that deja vu feeling, a lot of people forget about those things like that.
Temperature change, all kind of stuff.
So it's definitely a computerized electronic world where we just forget about the small things that people used to do before we started investigating with all this other stuff. What's up, Mr. Curtis? How you doing today, sir? Welcome to the show. Noah, you guys know of Jonathan Hensley Jr. Hey, you guys got a new follower. If you guys don't know him already. So, guys, since we're talking about the past, how do you think the future paranormal investigators, let's say if they survive, how do you think they're going to be? What kind of technology you think these guys are going to have? I mean, AI is popping up. Hell, the little booger is sitting right here on my laptop right now. All I got to do is hit him and he'll tell me anything I want.
That's really hard to predict, I think, because again, going back to when they started the paranormal investigating to what we have now, it's same concept, but it's nothing they would ever thought of before. So it's really hard to say what's going to happen and what they're going to have to be able to investigate. I think.
Mm. Now, would you guys, I've asked a lot of teams that comes on my show about this particular question. Do you guys think AI will be a part of everyday paranormal investigations in the future?
I feel like for the Hollywood aspect, yes.
Hmm.
I think AI is going to have a lot of ruling and a lot of things.
I don't think it'll make it as authentic. You know.
So you're saying that if AI evolves, you know, if it evolves like the AI in the Terminator, man, that's gonna be we're gonna have problems.
Yeah, we will.
You know what I'm saying? Skynet, hey, Skynet, every human on the planet was considered a threat. That's why they eliminated us, killed millions. But if AI is somehow able to be controlled and focused on certain things, I think they might be all right. Would we have the technology for AI to actually say, "Hey, there's a ghost in the corner," or AI will be able to tell us, "Hey, uh, I don't sense anything electric. I don't sense anything, so I don't think this place
Well, at that
is
point, how
haunted."
did they need investigators?
Exactly. They're gonna take over eventually. Hello, Mister Higgins from the UK. How you doing today, sir? I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So one thing we can say about the future paranormal just investigators, they're gonna have more equipment, up to date, top of the line stuff compared to what we have today. You know what I'm saying? So whether AI is involved in it or not, they still are going to be able to, you know, reach out to the spirit world with so much better techniques, devices, and I think the way that the world is going, I think with the education as far as paranormal investigators would be a little bit better than what it is today. Now, honestly, the way I look at it is, if you ain't never been to that realm, then I think it should be the same as it is now. Because only people that know, truly know, are the ones that have those when you supposedly you can dive for like 2 minutes, visit that realm and come back. I don't know. So it's possible that people can do that. Uh, what do you guys think?
Um, well, people supposedly can do it in their sleep too. Astral projection.
Mm, okay, because it's really hard to put. It's crazy because we know where we've been in the past, but it's really hard to predict the future on something that's really really hard for us to predict because we don't know anything. It's only been what we know about the other side is basically nothing, right? Because that's why we're investigating. We basically know anything. You know, what do you guys think about it?
I do know as far as the other side, wherever Laura is, or what she involved to after death, she has found a way to be here with me, and we've formed a friendship, which to me is incredible.
Mm.
Have a friendship with somebody that's not physically, here.
Mm. Now, would you guys happen to say that there's politics in heaven?
Hmm.
Hard to say.
Have you guys ever asked spirits certain questions and they certain spirits always tell you, I can't tell you that.
Yes.
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 Now, why is that spirits can tell you that they can't tell you certain things if people aren't telling them not to say it? So they must be some kind of politicking going on or some kind of bylaws
Maybe
that are in heaven where you
unwritten rules.
you can't speak of these things.
Yeah.
I
Like you
think it's
said,
more of an aspect that we probably, as humans in our physical bodies, wouldn't be able to comprehend as our spirit would.
Or
I feel
even on the other side, you have morals. So maybe it's not something they just don't want to speak of. Maybe it's something within them.
maybe they could just be known all over too. Like you don't speak on this. You don't.
You know that could be the case, but there are so many people that that have came out and say, "Hey, uh, a lot of we're hearing a lot of the same things that spirits are saying, but these two spirits don't know each other. They have no coalition of who is who and what is what. So when we ask, a certain spirit about certain things, and they will say, "No, we cannot speak on that." Same thing from a spirit that's 5,000 miles away. They don't know each other. They say the same thing.
yeah.
So I think there are rules and regulations to this whole thing. Could be wrong, could be right. I don't know. Hey, do you guys believe in pet spirits by chance?
I do.
Have you guys came across any pets, dogs or cats, that are claimed to be around and you guys actually caught their apparition?
I have.
No, the only time I've came close to even being close to a spirit like animal was we did some meditation and I seen a dog, but that was it.
Mm, a ball, okay. Would you guys ever take a dog on an investigation?
Not my dog. She's too
Okay.
fat.
We've taken cats from investigation.
Now, how do you think animals would react to the spirit world?
I think that it's fairly accurate for them. So there was a ghost hunt that we went on, and we had a kitten follow us from the start to the end. And at some point, like we had to walk a ways to get there. And so for
Mhm.
this cat, like we lost it at some point. And by the time that we got all the way to the spot that we were going to, here comes the cat trotting up behind us like 10, 15 minutes later. And the only way that that could have been explained was it following the trail of the spirits because it made no sense.
Mm, interesting.
Because
Now,
we went through, it was like a bunch of like trees and bushes. Like it was a hike to get to where we were going.
oh wow. Now, it, I don't know. Why do you think that cats are able to and dogs are able to see things that we're not?
I think it's possibly that our spirits are blocked where theirs isn't.
Or they have like a sixth sense or something because it's like they can hear stuff we can't hear, and they can smell stuff. What is those senses are just heightened all the way around,
Same way with
and
kids.
what we can't see they can see, but we don't know that because
Exactly. Same way with kids, my friend. Kids. Oh my God, dude. Hey, do we got any Star Wars fans in the building tonight? Anybody gonna watch Star Wars?
Don't even like them.
What is the
Oh, I
one?
started watching them and I like them.
What, what is the one best quote that uh, Yoda said in episode one?
Oh, don't ask me for nitty gritties. I've only seen a couple.
If I think it, yeah, episode no, episode two. I'm sorry, episode two.
Jesse would know this.
Can we phone a friend?
No, no lifelines. I'm sorry. The best quote that Yoda said was is the quality of a child's mind. When he said that, and he had all these little featured Jedi's with their, because what's the name had lost the planet, and he was trying to find the planet, and it took the kids to find the planet, And when he said, "Man, a kid's mind is so amazing." Well, he didn't say it in that term, but he said it sort of like to that. And I believe that, man. A kid's mind is unbelievable, and it's really hard after you grow. You go through puberty, and you hit a certain age, and you lose all that.
Yeah.
How do you think the world would be if we didn't?
I think people would be a lot more
Yeah.
open-minded. Then you couldn't really, can't unsee stuff like that.
Yeah, the world would be a lot different than what it is today. As much as I love a good skeptic, oh, dude, man, a skeptic, we can go at it for hours.
See, when we bring people on, sometimes that's how they'll be once they come.
Hmm.
Be pretty.
So like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, those non-believers, man, are perfect. I love. I can debate. We can talk, or well, either debate or talk. Debate sounds. A good debate can get hostile at one point. Things can get heated, but when you just sit and talk, have a civil conversation, we can do that. Guys, man, as why is it so hard for paranormal as much as the evidence that we put out all over the world? Why is it so hard for the scientific community? Why is it so hard for them to accept us?
I think a lot of it has to do with Hollywood. Hollywood takes things and blows it out of proportion and makes it. They put a twist on it and make it look like something's there when it's really not. And when we get people that want to try and join the team, that's the first thing that we like to do is to get their beliefs with it and their knowledge of it. And then we like to take them on investigations to show them that, everything that Hollywood shows is not correct.
Yeah, because we had a 6-foot guy go with us one time, and he was like, I don't think I believe, and we were like, well, let us just show you our ways. By the end of it, he was holding Brittany with the owl lantern shaking.
so, so at what point you guys think, if ever, that the scientific community will allow us to sit down at the table with them? I mean, because
They would have to be solid proof.
I don't think they will
Solid way.
because they can't
prove
they
it.
can't justify it with their mind thoughts, like their processing. And I feel like if they were to actually take us seriously, they would get a lot of answers that they don't want the mass to know.
Mm. Okay, now for an example, let's say we had that one representative to sit down at the round table and discussed everything that's known about the paranormal, do you guys think that would be enough?
I think they would have to witness it for themselves.
Yeah.
It had to be a personal experience.
I'd say, hold on, let me show you some table tipping real quick.
That comes back to that society that I researched. I wish I could remember their name off the top of my head, but they actually had to bring people in to see it and to experience it, and then they would join on to the committee, and that's how they expanded, was that way.
Mm.
That's where a lot of people get hooked, is when you go on a hunt and something happens and you're like, whoa. And you're like, I want to go do that again.
But then sometimes it's hard because you can't guarantee proof every single time.
Right. Yeah, because evidence it's hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
It's presented within, I can say, between a 10-second and a 30-second clip.
Yeah.
Now, if you can get anything longer than that, that's great. Hell, I want to see that. When you constantly getting evidence without faking it, hell yeah, I would love to see something like that. But guys, I mean, because I'm as a paranormal investigator, I'm getting tired of not being taken seriously, and I think my brothers and my sisters in the paranormal community are starting to feel the same way, aren't you guys?
Yes,
You
because
know,
I mean, we do home investigations for free, and we've even had a guy make our cameraman pull everything out of his vest to make sure that we was not like faking anything. And we're like, we came out here for you guys. Why would we do that?
yeah. You see, and I think people like that are the type of people that are just bringing you out there just to say, hey, I had this team out here and scratched off my bucket list.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think that's a very dangerous game to play because not you messing with my time, you messing with my money, you messing with my team, and those three things I don't play with,
Most
especially my
people,
money.
they end up changing their mind to some usually.
You know what I'm saying?
Except for
Yeah,
And it's bad when we're coming out there for free. Like we're not gaining anything out of this. Like,
exactly.
All parents, like, we're missing time from our children to help, these people find answers, and they can't even respect the fact that we do take our work serious and we're not there to play around.
Exactly. I had an investigation Friday. It got canceled because of a situation. And I'm like 45 minutes, an hour from where I would have to get to. I'm just glad that they called and said, "Hey, I can't do it." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine with me." But the steps were made in order for me to get to that investigation if it needed to be.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Steps were made. You know, uh, Believe it or not, we sacrifice a lot to go help a lot of people. And some of these people are very unappreciative. They don't appreciate so majority of them do. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them do. Guys, one thing I always ask a team is what kind of paranormal investigation team are you guys? There's so many different types, but I'm only going to pick out maybe four of them that you guys might can be a part of. Now, are you guys a validation team only, where you just go out and validate, present the evidence to the residents or the commercial, whichever you guys choose to be, or two, you got, or number two is, or are you guys a validation team that sometimes deal with demonic stuff if needs to be? Or number three is, are you guys a strictly demonic team where you deal with dark things and you guys are able to handle them? Which one are you guys?
We're number two, I feel like. We will deal with, demonic stuff, but we also go out to get answers. And then just, to me, it's more of letting these spirits be heard because there's a story, all of them want to share, or there's answers that they want to give, or, there's family members that are seeking answers from
Hmm.
ones that's passed. And I just want, both sides to be able to talk, communicate. And then if there is something demonic or stronger, we do deal with that.
Now, are you guys able to deal with that internally, or do you guys got to call somebody from the outside to come help you guys?
We, I feel as we've never had to deal with it, but we can. We definitely can.
Okay. Oh, get away, damn bugs. All right. Well, okay. Because a lot of people think that they can handle certain situations, and sometimes they think they can, but it always seems to get out of control. You know, just because you say you can do it, man, it's really rough when you're dealing with the D word.
Yeah.
Dealing with something demonic, it takes on a whole new case on its own. And I'm one of those guys. I can't do that. you know, I can't. Hey, if I see something with some horns and some heels, hey, I gotta run.
Have dealt with demonic. Yeah, I forgot about the garage. We did deal with something pretty demonic at a garage. It's in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Hmm, okay. Now, are you guys? A lot of people don't like cemeteries, man. What do you guys think about them?
You cut out. Say it again.
I say a lot of people don't like cemeteries. What do you guys think about them?
We love cemeteries.
Love
I think
Yeah,
cemeteries are cool.
it can drain a lot of energy, and it can be hard to get specific, like a specific spirit, but it's enjoyable.
how's
Mm.
this?
Now, is it one thing that we can agree on that cemeteries is not totally a resting spot just for the dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad. Hey, there you go. I can honestly agree with that, man. Um, Now, I am not this technology advanced where I'm able to put pictures on the screen, but whose number that because when I contacted you guys, whose phone number was that?
Brandon.
That was me,
Uh,
Brandon.
All right, Mr. B, I'm going to send you two pictures, and I want you to share these with the team. And I want each one of you guys think on what these things could be. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, please.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, one,
I just look camera with this.
two.
I want a Diet Coke.
Me too.
The tree one. Am I saying out loud what I think?
What you think?
That looks like a woman hanging.
Yeah. In the white. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a little,
You can see a face, hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is she hanging or is she just chilling?
I think she's just chilling, is what it looks like.
It's hard
Like
to
she's
tell.
I
kind
think
of like
she,
sitting on a branch, maybe.
That or she's
I
standing.
think
It's hard
I
to
think
tell.
she got a cup of coffee in her hand too. I'm not sure.
Yet, or a book.
Might be a Bible.
Yeah. Is that a baby? Do you see?
Could be a baby.
I see
It
a
kind of looks
book.
like a baby.
Look at that.
Look, there's the head, the arm.
But the head would be green.
I don't know.
It looks like a book.
Interesting, huh?
This is
And
the
the
second.
second one.
Oh, what is that?
That looks like Jesus.
It's hard to tell now.
I don't see anything in that one.
Is that supposed to be like a person in the tree or like behind it?
Brandon, do you see this one? That was like a lady in a dress.
Right.
Do you see anything in this one?
I'm not really seeing anything in that second one.
You sure?
It's this one's really blurry, but I do see something that looks like it's orange behind the tree.
Yeah.
Like
That's the light or if that's
like
the
an orange
orb.
orb.
Man, that's the world's largest firefly or lightning bug.
Oh, I see that.
Now, that second one, if you guys aren't able to see anything, I want you guys to blow that picture up.
Yeah, it's so blurry.
And look at the very bottom by the base of the tree.
Supposed to be somebody standing. Looks like maybe the lady's standing, or like somebody's standing there in white.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Or like a woman on the tree, or somebody on the tree. Is that supposed to be?
There's a figure there.
Right there.
Titties?
I don't know.
Kind of looks like a woman that would be on the front of a boat.
Well,
Like
What?
you ain't never seen like that. You ain't never seen
Are
like
you
that.
talking about Titanic?
No. It's old like pirates. They would have like a lady card on the front of the boat.
Oh.
It would be for like good luck.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then somebody, I read where somebody had a girlfriend named after.
I don't know about that one. That might have been a book you read.
Well, I've read about that somewhere.
well, the second photo is actually someone looking behind a tree.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, so that's the light he was talking about.
The lightning bug, the light up top. Look right below it. You see the head, the shoulders, the torso, the legs
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
That looks more alien-like.
Looks more like
Yeah. But they were playing peekaboo with me behind a tree at a cemetery. These two photos is very iconic to me. Man, these photos really, they stand out among all, the years I've investigating. These two here are probably the most ones that I really share with people.
That one.
Yeah.
the lady in the woods is crazy.
But if you was to bring the screen smaller and just tell me, what do you guys think that lightning thing is? Uh, look up and over to the left.
Looks like a window of some sort of a building.
Well, that's the biggest window I ever seen.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Pretty interesting, ain't it?
It is.
Now, how much do you think that nature plays a part in anything that's paranormal on the planet?
All of it.
All of it?
A lot of
So,
yeah.
yeah, so when you actually in a cemetery and you have an electric storm coming at you, that gives spirits all the energy they need,
Yep.
you know, either to communicate, manifest. It's just a lot of energy that's in the air. And you trust me, my head is bald, and I still had hair in that day come at the top of my head, and I don't even have hair. That's how much energy was in the air that day, and it was crazy. Uh, so a lot of people think that cemeteries are the place where people go to rest, and I go and I tell them, well, I don't know what cemeteries you've been hanging out, but the ones down in Texas are very active.
I'm actually gonna get Brandon to send you a short clip that we got a cemetery, and it's the best response and evidence we've ever gotten.
Okay.
It's a short little video.
All right. Well, okay. That will work for me. Guys, or what do everybody my grandmother will probably think I'm nuts for doing this. What does your parents think about what you guys do for a living?
My mother will not have anything to do with it, but she supports it. My grandmother kind of just gives me looks and little, huh. And
Hmm.
she's very Christian, and I think her generation is just really shut off from this stuff.
My parents, they support everything 100%. They let us use their home to investigate. My mom will go on investigations with us. My mom's behind me with everything 100%. My dad's scared, but he supports me.
Okay. Wow. And what about you guys? What would your parents think about what you guys do?
Oh, you talking to me? My parents are passed, so
Oh, okay.
He communicates with them on the spirit level.
yeah, that's sometimes it,
What about you, Brandon? What your parents think?
They
My
support you.
my parents do support me in what I do, and when I actually tell them stories of stuff we come across,
Mm-hmm.
my mom actually runs a hospital out in Concord, which is about 45 minutes from us. And she has also told me that she has come across things in the hospital that she has come across that are demonic, that she helped calm the situation through her religion.
And she has some kind of sense, like where she can sense evil.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, guys, tell me a little bit some of the free haunted locations in North Carolina. I hear about Tobacco Road. Is Tobacco Road a haunted road?
I actually have not heard of that.
I've heard of it, and from what I've seen a little bit, it kind of it would make sense because it's so old. It's got a history to it.
Hmm. Now, is that where Tobacco Road? Is that where they built all the cigars and stuff? I want to think tobacco.
I think it was, or maybe where they had a lot of the tobacco farms back in the day.
Ah. Hmm. Now, when you mean back in the day, how far back are we talking?
I want to say like early 1900s. I think I would have to look it up.
He's so smart.
1900s? Oh,
I
interesting.
have no idea. I was not.
I'll let Carl have this one.
I would say it will probably be pre Civil War, maybe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I just don't see people doing that on their own. They would have to have a lot of help, and I think slaves would probably be the ones that would handle most of the product, especially when it comes with tobacco.
I think that was part of it.
So wow.
There's a place called Lanta Plantation in
Hmm.
North Carolina, and we've been there, and they have like it was a little slave boy, and he pulls on your clothes, and my mom actually felt him pulling on her sweater,
Oh,
and when
really?
she felt it, Brandon felt the air go past him.
Are there a lot of plantation homes in North Carolina?
Hmm.
Are you able to have access to any of those locations?
I think a lot of them are like volunteer donation charity type. So if
Hmm.
we wanted to be able to do that, they would let us, long as we're either helping, I guess maintain the place or donate.
Mm. Now, how have you guys run across the historical society?
No.
Because uh, most likely the historical society would have a big part in these locations, especially plantation homes that you guys have over there. I think they would definitely have a big part into that, because what the historical society do is they preserve a lot of historical locations, and most of these and most of the people are pretty cool. Most of them are pretty curious, because they know they have a old location, and just they wonder if there's really some. I mean, sometimes they hear and see things, but they want that validation. So they do let paranormal teams come in and investigate. So they can have the answers that they want. So they won't think that they're cuckoo.
And I was just asking you because we seen the Mount Holly Historical Society, so we need to go talk with them.
Yeah, have your pocketbook ready.
I will. Cameraman will. He's the money.
Oh, well, you know what? Some of them, to be honest with you, the ones I've came across, I think I've only had to donate. I mean, I really didn't have to pay a large sum of money to get in to them and all that stuff. So I think if you get on, hey, you know what? Here's what y'all need to do. Just be nice. I will, hey, just have the ladies go first, because if you're dealing with men, y'all can get that little flirtation going on to get them, just to get them where you want to be.
And my eyelashes like.
Yeah, there you go. You know, or just to get them where they need to be and butter them up, and there you go. You get into a location, no problem. Hey, my team does that all the time. The women on my team, I tell them, hey, y'all go over there, go butter up that guy to get us in there. You do whatever it takes.
Do
You know what I'm saying? Hey, go take that for the team, guys. If he wants to take you to dinner, then you got to go. You have to go. No ifs and buts about it. So, hey, it's Dallas. I mean, Dallas, like you said, it's a small town, about 15,000. Now, okay, how many of y'all got kids that are in elementary, middle school, maybe? How old are your kids?
My oldest is 13 and my twins are 11.
Okay, so they're the 13-year-old, what, seventh grade?
He's going in eighth grade, and then
Going
the
to eighth
twins are
grade.
going into sixth, and then my daughter's going into third.
Okay, what about you, sir? How old are your kids?
She'll be 10 in August.
10. Okay, you know what, man? 6 years, your daughter will be in high school. And 2 years, your son will be in high school. Now, is this school district? Is it Dallas Independent School District, or is it filtered into something else?
Well, Dallas is filtered in the Gaston County schools, but they're from.
My daughter goes to Clover, so it's a whole different. It's
Yeah,
South
and my
Carolina.
kids are in Maiden.
Now, tell me a little bit about your school districts. Are they conservative school districts, or they really don't care?
They're conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conservative. Okay, so what's happening here in Texas, guys, is certain school districts are allowing certain teachers to teach parapsychology as an elective into the high school ranks.
What?
Yes, pretty cool, ain't it?
That
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So, do you guys think if the board permits it, that certain principals will allow that in your school district also?
No.
No.
Because we're in the Bible Belt. That ain't
Yeah.
happening.
I mean, because Texas is smack down in. Hey, we're where the Bible Belt starts.
Yeah, but there's a church every 5 miles down here, man. It's,
Well,
it's
I mean, I don't know what it is. I think down at the borders of Texas, where the Bible Belt started, there's a lot of Catholic run towns. And man, I don't know if it can get worse than that. They got Catholic churches, man. These guys are going to church 5 days a week. Man, ain't that much? Hey, ain't that much praying in the world?
and I think that's what we do makes it harder too because all that stuff goes in.
Really? Wow. So with us, once they passed this law, well, it's not really a law, but certain school districts are allowing that to happen. And as an elective, that means you would have to have your parents sign off on it. So with this said, let's just say if they did allow this to happen in your school district, would you allow your kids to participate in something like that?
100%.
At a certain age. They would
Well,
have
it can only be high school. I mean, high schools. Well, I think in
really want to.
I would encourage my children to take that class if they were, because it's just, I mean, it's, even though paranormal investigation's always been around, it's growing more and more because of Hollywood and how big they're making it, that it's becoming an interest to more and more people.
hmm, okay, yeah, because it's parapsychology is a big thing here in Texas. A lot of people are really interested, uh, on what's going on. A lot of people are actually starting to open their eyes
Yeah.
and wanting to, like you said, really want to know what's going on. And so they allow. I mean, it's more like on a trial basis.
Right.
So if it continues to be successful, I think they were starting to allow this into much of the bigger school districts,
Right.
like the HISD and D, Dallas Independent School District, and El Paso and San Antonio. They would be allowed to partake in this, and which I think it would be a great idea. I really do. Uh, it's but you're always going to have your feedback.
Yeah.
You're gonna have there's going to be feedback no matter what, and hopefully they will be continue to do what they do. I mean, because I really like you. I really want this to happen.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great thing. All right, guys. Couple more questions, and I'm going to get you guys out of here, man. I know there's some moonshine to be drink. Oh, you guys don't drink. I'm sorry. All right. Hey, just four more questions, and I'm gonna get you guys out of here. What's the farthest you guys ever went for an investigation?
or about to go. How about that? And one's Virginia.
Yeah. So it'll be Virginia. We're going actually next Saturday to the Honan Octagon.
Okay. Interesting. And who found this location? I mean, tell me a little bit about the location.
Or I guess B Rabbit. So you got it. And she researches everything. Like we have books and guides for our whole season.
So this is what it looks like.
Oh wow. What's the square footage of that?
Huge. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, Lord. Okay, so it's the Abja Thomas House was built during a time when architectural experimentation flourished. Its unique octagon design, a departure from the conventional rectangular structures, intrigued both locals and visitors. The outer walls, crafted by enslaved hands, echo the past, a haunting reminder of the labor that shaped its existence. This one with the hauntings that's been cited, witnesses have attested the mansion's spectacular presence. With its confines lies a room shrouded in darkness, the famous dark room. Here, the veil between the living and the otherworldly thins. Visitors report that there's chills, phantom footsteps, and glimpses of a figure, a little girl.
Interesting.
During the 1950s, there was a polio epidemic.
Oh wow.
You can hear a young girl, her laughter echoing through the halls.
Now, is this a location, or do you guys got to donate?
You cracked out.
Yeah, he's asking if we got to pay for it.
Yeah,
we do have to pay for it.
How much are we looking at?
500
For
all night.
18 hours.
Wow. Now, are they providing snacks and bedding and all that stuff?
Bedding. No snacks though.
What the hell, man? $500 and no all you can eat? What the? Man, I don't know. I think we spending this type of money, man. It at least serve us some Frito pie or something. Something simple. I mean, because it doesn't make any sense, dude. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's why we pay what we do, because we're not paying for the luxury of it. We're paying to go to the location and to prove the evidence that people say that's there.
Yeah.
And we'll go in and we will find out personally ourselves. And then everything that we do, re-record and put it on the internet, and hoping that we can save other people money by trying to show them the evidence that we have that it actually exists.
But damn, Brandon, you got to get hungry at one point.
Oh, Brandon's always hungry, Terry. Cleaning.
Come on, B, man, you got to get hungry. Hey, man, I understand that you got to go in there and take business, but dude.
A cooler of snacks and drinks.
Yeah, he's always hungry.
Yeah. Come on, man. You got to be able to. If they're doing that, dude, I can almost guarantee you there's a kitchen in that place.
I'm sure there is, but when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm ready to eat, I'm ready to eat.
Now,
but wait. You can't eat on an empty stomach. Come on, B. You can't eat on an empty stomach. I mean, you can't work on an empty stomach.
One place that is great with like providing snacks and information is Great State Paranormal.
Yeah.
And they're in North Carolina, and we go to a lot of their hunts, and they'll like rent out the place and then, charge us a fraction of what they would pay. And they're really good about providing snacks and drinks and the history and stuff like that.
Is there a fire truck or an ambulance going by?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Wow. All right, guys. Wait a minute. How many questions is that? That was 2. I got one more. This question here, guys, is sort of a story. Now, Brandon, I need for you to jump into the camera, because it's going to concern you and Megan. So come on, get on in there, buddy. All right, now, are you? What is that?
Sirens.
Ambulance.
All right, hey, are you guys married?
Might as well be.
Yes.
Might as well. Perfect for me. How long y'all been together?
13 years.
13 years. So Megan, you know B from the inside and out, would you say?
Hmm.
So if he had something on his mind, you would know it, right?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Does he always tell you when something on his mind?
No.
Okay, that's just the way men are. We don't always do that. Okay, B, tell me about your work week.
My
What
work.
you Yeah, tell me what you do when Monday through Friday.
So Monday through Friday, I work for a general contractor. I am a superintendent, and we do commercial work. So we are always on a very tight hard line
Mm-hmm.
to get a project done, and it gets very stressful because we have we have to stay so tight to that schedule because our company, if we don't meet a deadline, has to pay the owner more money when we don't make a deadline.
Okay, so sometimes you might bring work home with you, not far as physically, but mentally, because let's say, for an example, you might not be on schedule, so you might bring that stress home with you. Correct?
That is incorrect. I may bring it home, but I keep it in my head. I do not bring work
Yeah.
home with me, and I feel like I'm pretty good with not doing that.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much what I meant, but okay. Okay. All right. So now there's only four red lights in Dallas,
Right,
right?
that's correct.
So now, mind you, this is a story that I'm gonna share with you guys. Okay, so you're on your way home from work, okay,
All right.
and you got this stress on your mind, but it's not as bad as what you think. You're sitting at one of those four red lights, and for some reason it's taking a little bit longer than what it normally does. So you're sitting there, and something hits you right in your chest, and you feel it. Okay, now 2 minutes pass by and you're growing again. Now, your thoughts are not about work, it's about something else, but you don't know what it is. So you get home around what time?
5:30.
Hey, man, I was going to say 5:30. 5:45. You walking through that door because you're going to take that 10 minutes to figure out, sitting in your car, what's going on with you. You don't know, but you're going to get out that car and you're going to go in and you're going to pretend like everything is okay when you walk into this house. Okay? So you walk in and you pretend, but Megan is a little bit better and noticing things than what you think. She sees it and she asks you, "Hey B, are you okay?" And you tell her what? "Yeah, I'm fine." You go in the bathroom, you take your shit, shower, and shave.
Uh,
Am I? Is that what? No, what? Yeah. Okay. And we get that out of the way. So at that time, dinner is ready. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. So Megan still noticed. She asks you again, "Hey, what's going on?" You're like, "Oh, nothing." So on a weekend, what time you normally go to bed if you don't have to work the next day?
maybe 11, 12 at the latest if we're not investigating
Are,
anything.
are you a gamer? Do you play video games?
I do occasionally.
Okay, well, skip all that. After you eat the dinner, you went straight to bed, and that was a little unusual. Megan thought. Am I right, Megan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to bed before him.
Okay. So you are you a hard sleeper when something is on your mind, or are you a light sleeper?
I am a light sleeper 24/7.
Okay. Do you snore or you don't snore?
Do I snore, Megan?
No.
No, I don't snore.
Oh well, you are tonight, buddy. So something when something is on somebody's mind, it has a tendency to throw off they you know it has a tendency to throw off their body, make things a little unusual. And this is what's going on with you. So you happen to be snoring and you're sleeping hard, and Megan's noticed because this is something that you normally don't do. So your sleep pattern is off, you're snoring, you know, apparently something is heavy on your mind. So you get up on a Saturday and Megan asks you, "Hey, is everything okay?" And you says no, because all this is in your head. Have you ever dealt with like a water heater, an old school water heater? Every now and then you got to adjust that pressure to get
Right.
it to come down. And so that's what your mind is now. Your mind is building. It has pressure and it needs to be relieved. So in order to relieve this pressure, you got to get this all of this whatever it is off. So Saturday comes, you get up, you do your thing, but you tell Megan you need to go to Home Depot. Now I know there's no Home Depot in a four light town. So how far is the Home Depot from where you at? 30,
About
40 minutes?
about 25 minutes.
25 minutes. So you go down to the Home Depot, get something a little unusual, something that you can easily have taken from your house, a light switch. But you didn't want to take it from the house, so you just go to Home Depot and you pick up a light switch. You drive back. Okay. Do you guys have a garage, basement? How does that whole setup over there?
We have a basement,
How in the hell does North Carolina have a basement?
What?
but because in North Carolina, most houses are not built on a slab. They're all off the ground because here we have clay and not dirt.
It's where we keep.
Oh, must have been underwater at one point in time. Okay, so you in your basement, B, and are you a heavy tool guy by chance?
Yes.
Okay, so you went and grabbed all your tools in your basement.
I have quite a few in there, but most of them are in my truck.
Okay, so you go to your truck, get your stuff, bang, 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 and you start building something. You don't know what you're building, but you're building it. Okay, Megan comes down and is like, "Hey, babe, what are you making?" He's like, "I don't know. Don't bother me. I'm busy right now." You know. So you go, you just continue banging away. Half the day is gone. It is now. You got up at 8. Now it's 6. You don't know where the time went, but you're finished. Megan comes back out and say, "Hey, dinner's ready in about 20 minutes." Now, Megan made spaghetti.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She, she made spaghetti. Now, do you like your spaghetti in the oven or on top of the oven? I like mine's in the oven.
In the
If
oven.
Megan's making it, I'll take it any way I can get it.
Okay, so Megan is came downstairs, tell your dinner's ready, and goes back upstairs. Okay, another 30 minutes passes away, and you got a pool table down there?
I used to. It's
How do I know these things?
now.
Okay, so you put this device on this pool table and you're looking at it, you're not knowing what it is. But the great thing about it, B, is that pressure valve that you had, all that pressure that was in your head, has been released because you were able to accomplish what all that pressure set out for you to do. You built something. So Megan comes back down, and and she looks at it, and she's like, "What is that?" And you're like, "I don't know," and you're like, "Well, I have that arm switch on the side of it. Let's cut it on." And you said, "Hold on, because it can be dangerous. I don't know what this is, but it looks something like this, but it has the on and off switch on the side. I don't know. Can you guys see that small hole right there?
Yeah.
This small hole right here is going to play a big part in the story that I'm telling you guys. Okay, so you know, Megan is like, "Well, if you're not going to cut it on, I'm going to cut it on."
All right.
So you take the device and you hit the switch and you put it on the table and it shoots a white beam and it hits the wall, but it doesn't pierce the wall. It kind of expands like the size of a basketball. You look at Brandon. Brandon looks at you, and you like, "Oh shit!" And Brandon was like, "Don't you leave me down here by myself with this thing." So you stayed down here with him. So you you guys were just staring at this thing, not knowing what really it is. But by that time, you can actually see what's going on. You guys can look through the portal that it projected and hit the wall. You guys can see through that. Now, you guys are able to see everyday life. You guys think you're in downtown Dallas. You got people over here walking, people over there walking, Popeye's Chicken, KFC, damn Starbucks on the corner, and there's a Macy's. Life is going on like it should be. Nothing, nothing. It looked like an everyday life. People walking, taxis, everything that's going on in the big city. But someone catches your eye, Brandon, and you catches their eye. They wave at you. You look at Megan, it's like, who in the hell is this person waving at? So they just waved and like, hey, Brandon, you can actually hear him. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? And you're looking at a style like, what the hell? Who in the hell is this person? But they like, hold on, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute. And they walk up because I think they just got through coming from the grocery store because they had bags. They actually walks through the portal that you created and walks up to you and give you a big fat hug. It's like, hey, Brandon, how you doing? I'm doing great, man. I really miss you, and we have so much to talk about. And you're looking at Megan, and Megan was like, well, I don't know who this person is, but I'm going upstairs. I want no part of this. Wants no part of this. So, the lady that came through the portal knows you too, Megan, because if you are a part of a man's family, you are considered family. If as long as y'all been together, you considered family. Am I right? Okay, so you are considered family. So she comes over, gives you a kiss, and say, "Hello, Megan. How you doing?" You say hello, and you know all that weird look on your face. You're like, "Oh, I don't know who this is." So you get up and walk out. The lady and Barry are blood related. So they have you ever come across a family member and you just know that, hey, this is my family? No? Yes, maybe?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So the lady puts her bags down. Well, they're already down. She grabbed Barry by the hand, and y'all just sat down and y'all start talking. And she tells you, Barry, is like, hey, we miss you so much. But I'm here to tell you that the family is doing good. We're looking after you. We're supporting you at whatever you do. Even though we are not here physically, but spiritually, we are here with you. And, you guys talked. And eventually, she ends up telling you who she was. She's like, Barry, in case you didn't know, I am your great, 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 great grandmother. So, not your grandmother, your mother, your grandmother, and her mother wouldn't even have pictures of this lady. But yet, she knows who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys conversate for like another 30 minutes. She tells you about what's going on in her life and all your family members that are going, what's going on with them. Everything is okay, but she looks at her watch and she's like, oops, I got to get home and cook dinner for grandpa. So she jumps up, gives you a big fat kiss and say, hey, Brandon, when it's time for you to come, we will come for you. But in the meantime, please live a good life, live an honest life, and live a respectable life. So he's like, okay, grandma, give grandma a big old hug. She kisses you on the forehead and tell Megan goodbye. She jumps back into the portal, waves goodbye, and heads off. And you sit down, Brandon, at an totally amazed. I cannot believe that this just happened to me. So Megan comes down. It's like, well, where did Grandma go? Oh, she had to go. So Megan reaches over there and shuts that shuts that thing off. Now Megan is the one that asked the question that I'm going to ask you. Actually, Megan called me and asked me to ask you the question, and she said, "What are you going to do with the device like that, Brandon? Do you think the world is ready for a device like that? And if it would you share it with the world or would you keep it to yourself? What will you do with such something that has so much power, so much potential, and can cause so much chaos and madness in the world if the wrong person gets their hand on it? But there are bylaws to this thing. Number one, it can't be duplicated. It can't be patent because everything that was in your mind is now gone. So you don't even know how you put this thing together. You can't share it with nobody because your family may put this in your head for you and you only. So it can't be actually put out for another family, just your family. So after saying all of that, Brandon, what would you do with such a device?
Hmm. I reckon at that point, I would learn how to use it, and then I guess I would teach my daughter how to use it, and so on and so forth until the very name is, I guess, history.
Okay, okay. Now, So, what would you share this with the world?
Probably not, because
Kind of could.
if you share it with the world, then it's just like you said, it can fall into the wrong hands, or somebody will try to make $1 off of it, and that would not be what I would want.
And then what if every spirit that's coming through it is not like, good spirits?
Well, every spirit that comes through the door would be his family member. It can't be anything else but his family.
You kind of got to keep yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that everybody in the family is good,
Right.
but it's just for you, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely keeping it. That's for sure.
You're
We
keeping it.
couldn't give it to somebody else because it'd just be his family.
Right.
Like, hey, grandma. You know, like,
Grandma, you.
Mm.
over here.
Okay, so we came to the conclusion that you will not be sharing this thing with anyone ever. For number one, they won't allow you to share it, but except with family members. Now, let's open Pandora's box for a minute, even just for a little bit. And let's just say if none of the instructions were put in for the things that you shouldn't do, now you're able to do it. So you're able to duplicate it, you're able to share it, uh, and all that stuff. Now, with all those laws not in effect, would you still share something like that with the world?
No, I would not.
Mm, okay, and why wouldn't you?
Because if we're still on the theory that it's just for my family and my family members, then I would probably go as far as showing that to my bloodline, but it would stop there because who else is that going to be relevant to?
Well, it could be relevant to everyone if the rules and regulations to it no longer exist.
Somebody can use it for any reason.
So at this point, anybody can come through that box.
No, it would still be just family members, but
Yeah.
you would able to show it to other people. You'll be able to duplicate it and try to set it so where other people can have one in their house.
Right.
So, would you share this with the world, or would you continue keeping it?
I would I would probably still continue to keep it.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question, B. With such a device like that in the world, how do you think society would react to that?
I think that they would probably lose their mind.
Now, lose their mind in a good way or in a bad way?
In a bad way.
Okay. Now, how do you think, considering this, you as a paranormal investigator, and you have this box that pretty much tells you everything that you want to know about everything that we've been studying, investigating, uh, all at one time. Now, would you continue investigating knowing that what's going on the other side? Or would you say, hey, I'm done with investigating because now I know the truth?
I would continue because what's always in front of you doesn't necessarily mean that that's the truth.
Mm. Well, family members have a tendency to lie,
They do.
but sometimes uh, you might have to believe in what they're saying because sometimes sometimes family members are very sincere, especially the ones that have been gone long before we were even a thought in our daddy's pants. So you would probably will have to take that for an account.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So y- I think that this is just me. I think personally that it should be put back on the shelf. For the simple fact is, Pandora's box is already cracked open. So what happens if that box opens up a little bit more? And we throw in the religion aspect of what this thing can do. Now, once the religion aspect steps into certain things, it kind of messed things up, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Because without religion, how you think this world would be without religion?
Chaotic.
Chaotic.
Yes.
Uh, chaos. Uh, with chaos, it comes war. War becomes mayhem. Mayhem, death, destruction, and everything else that comes with that. That's going to fall down that rabbit hole. Well, see,
Huh.
the spirits wants to be shared. Like I can't do that. You can't do it now. So with religion and all that stuff, being out there, the world at war over something like this, does it really? Are you? Is it really worth 30 million lives?
Nah.
So you would say, well, let me destroy this thing before this actually. And actually, you actually sacrificing your family members because if you destroy it, you won't be able to see your family members anymore. Are you willing to sacrifice your family members or sacrifice 30 million lives you don't know?
I would sacrifice my family members.
Good answer. Appreciate that, man. Good answer. So you would put this thing on the shelf
Yes.
for how long?
Until I'm gone.
Until you gone? And oh man. And what instructions would you have for your son or your grand or whoever that takes over this? I'm saying.
When you need me, turn it on.
Mm. So it's cool because now after you're gone, you're the one that's coming through the portal and visiting.
That is correct.
You see how cool that is?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's good to say that you would sacrifice it for 30 million people. I think I would do the same thing. But if we put the box, if we never open that box, then it be kept for you for eternity. So your great 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 grandkids will be able to see you, when you come through the portal.
Right.
Jesse, if the spirits wants to be shared, uh, it can't work like that because it's only for family members and family members only.
Just keep saying.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, but I'll get you next, man. I promise to get you next. So we can agree that this thing will stay on the shelf until forever, but you will also leave instructions with your daughter, your sons, your grandkids, and so on, that this thing could never leave the house.
Yes.
All right. Now, if any of you guys were in Brandon's shoes, would any of your choices be different? Raise your hand.
It's hard for me to say 'cause of
Okay. Wow.
I would have to think about it.
What? Why would you have to think about it?
Cause I don't know, like if it was with Laura, if I knew like I couldn't see her again, I would. I don't know. Uh, I would be bothered.
Hmm. But okay. But is it no different than what you're going through now?
Uh, I don't know because if she was in that portal, she wouldn't be with me. And right now, like I freak out when I can't feel her. Like when we're on investigations and stuff, she's always there, and I can feel her. It's a certain touch and a certain smell, and just the way I feel altogether. Brennan's felt it too. Have you not? And if I wasn't able to
Hey
feel it
B.
anymore,
Hey B. Do you have any sage around the house?
No, I do not have any.
we have
say.
Ponsanto.
Okay. Now and I'm just gonna throw this out here. So you saying she's with you 24/7?
Pretty much. Sometimes I feel like she does go and visit other people, but at investigations, she's with me the whole time.
B. You can never get no quality time with your wife because she's with you.
Yes, and I feel her presence as well, and I see her.
Oh my god. How do you handle that? That
Well,
would drive me completely freaking nuts.
well, at first it did, and at the beginning when we first started dating, Megan had told me nothing about Laura,
Mm-hmm.
and we had been dating for I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 months, and I asked her a question one day. I say, I'm always seeing this girl out of the corner of my eye everywhere I go. And at that point, she just starts breaking down in tears. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? I just asked a simple question. And she was like, well, I have to tell you the story behind this. And that's when I learned who Laura was and how she got killed. And what she described to me was exactly the same thing that I was seeing because she was seeing it as well.
Okay. Well, not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but Laura's got to get her boyfriend. I mean, dude, when it's time for me to spend some quality time with my wife, I can't have Laura's. I can't,
always there.
dude. That would feel so weird to me.
Well, I can say back when COVID was bad, Megan had gotten COVID and she about died in the hospital. And I was sitting at home in our bedroom all by myself. And Megan was on the verge of dying. And I prayed to God, I prayed to Laura, and anybody that I could think of. And about maybe 2 to 3 months later, we did an investigation at the house. And
Mhm.
we got a hold of Laura. And she addressed me, myself, used my name, and said, Brandon, I helped you. You prayed to me, and I saved her. And
Interesting.
after she validated that to me, I know she is a guardian angel to Megan, and at this point, she is welcome to go anywhere that me and Megan ever, because I know she is there to protect Megan.
Well, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. Have you ever got popped with a whip before? Like not a whip when you. It's something we did in high school. When you
Yeah.
get a wet towel and
Yeah.
you pop yourself like that, you bet that's gonna be Laura popping you.
Downstairs that same night.
All right, guys. Hey, one last question. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here, and I'm gonna start with the gentleman with the hat on,
Okay.
sir. Where would you like to go? Anywhere in the world on your bucket list to investigate?
Egypt.
What?
Yeah. Or you meant like, oh, well, man, that would kind of be one of them.
Egypt would be a real cool place to investigate.
Because it's gotta have spirits there, right?
Oh yeah,
Got to.
oh yeah. Now, Egypt, Africa, one big continent.
Yep.
Africa is the cradle of life. It's the beginning of life. So if this beginning of life there, there's got to be death there too, naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
As long as
Africa, that's pretty cool. Egypt.
it's just
Never heard anybody say that.
It's just one of the
Came out
most.
like nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't even have to think
Well,
about it.
it's one of the most
I was just waiting
historical
on that question.
all places. I mean, there's got to
Go ahead, sir. Don't let them make fun of you.
It'll be okay.
It's his daily life with us.
As you were saying, sir.
Mine would definitely be Egypt. I just feel like
Okay.
there'd be something there. You would definitely,
Oh yeah, definitely something there, man. Egypt is probably one of the most haunted locations that a lot of people don't talk about.
I don't
You know
feel
what I'm saying?
Has anybody ever ghost hunted there? I don't think anybody ever has.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's ghost hunters there. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are. You know, hey, we're everywhere. We're on every continent, every nation, every island on the planet. Maybe I don't know about Greenland, but there might be some paranormal investigators in Greenland. But we're everywhere.
Investigate the pyramids, do a ghost hunt there or something.
There you go, man. The gods of Egypt,
Valley of the Kings.
Valley of the Kings. They trust me. I'm pretty sure if you take a voice recorder, you'll probably catch some EVPs there.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we had to just go regular, though, it'd definitely be probably like Amityville Horror House kind of stuff. Just more relatable. But
Okay, cool.
I like the thrill of ghost hunting. So
I see you.
Me?
Yeah, because I mean, because you're fixated. I mean, you have not. You're straight ahead. I got to throw you off. Okay, B, where would you like to go on your bucket list? Also, any place in the world. Megan's paying for it. No problem.
going home.
I am very, very intrigued with the Bell Witch Cave in Tennessee.
Okay. Okay. I actually had a young lady on the show that was a caretaker of the house and the cave of the Bell Witch. And she was awesome. She was awesome.
That sounds like I need an introduction.
Well, I can do that. I can definitely do that if you up for a road trip.
Yes, sir.
But you got to come by and pick me up first.
If you'll fly, I'll buy.
Hey, are you near that Texas chainsaw restaurant?
Huh?
Do you like
Texas?
horror movies?
Yeah, I love horror movies.
You like? Have you heard of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre restaurant in
No,
Texas?
no. The cemetery is literally how far is Leander from here? About 10 minutes. The actual cemetery that was in that movie is literally 10 minutes from here.
Oh wow.
We're
And
gonna
I
have to.
actually, yeah, and I've actually investigated that location. And believe it or not, guys, when's the last time you guys been to a carnival?
It's been a couple
It
years.
was when
Like
we
last
went,
year.
wasn't it?
Last year, year
Oh,
before.
okay, last year.
Okay, this cemetery is festive. The older side might not be too much so, but the more modern side is festive like a carnival. When I mean festive, it has a lot of LED outdoor lighting per grave. There's a lot of decorations, so you can actually drive through it, and you will be totally amazed on what you see and the time and the effort that these people put into their loved ones' resting spot. It is pretty cool. All right, Megan, where would you like to go on your bucket list?
Well, I really would like to go to like the old Ed Gein land where he had his home and where he did all that crazy stuff.
I believe they tore his house down.
Yeah, that's the land. I would like to go to the land, and then I have a fixation on like old hospitals.
Mm, okay, okay, cool. Anywhere else?
Mm, anywhere really.
That's what I was fixing to say. Like, I don't really have anywhere specific on my bucket list. I just like to go for the experience. So the more, the better.
Can I at least get a chance to ask you? Oh my God. Me and you gonna talk.
Okay.
Okay, where would you like to go on your bucket list besides anywhere? It's got to be somewhere very particular that you want to go to.
Let's see.
I don't know. I guess England. Why not England?
Okay.
They
All
got a
right.
lot of castles and stuff, so that would be pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, England is a great place, man. England is probably what? One of the oldest countries in the world?
Yeah.
If not, they got to be at least top five.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a
Yeah.
question for you.
Shoot, buddy.
What Hogwarts house are you?
All right, let me ask, hey, since you were watching Harry Potter, what Hogwarts house are you, Tori? What Hogwarts house are you? Are you Applepuff? You look like an Applepuff guy.
Cheerios.
He
Huh?
said Hufflepuff.
Well, what is it? Maple Puff or
Hufflepuff.
who? I don't know. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
gotta take the test.
I'm not a Harry Potter guy.
You can still take the test, and it'll let you know.
I'm not a Harry Potter guy either, Terry. But
He's a
I
Gryffindor.
mean, I would be slithering. If I had to say, I would be slithering. All right, Noah. Okay, here you go. I will want to go to Germany. Oh, that is a great one. Hey,
What did he?
Germany concentration camps. I would urge you to bring a lot of napkins because you're gonna do a lot of crying. It's a lot of sorrow and just sadness in those concentration camps.
Yeah.
So,
You probably definitely go home with something money there.
angry spirits.
Yeah.
Angry. All right, guys, we've been on the show for 2 hours. Doesn't even seem like it, does it?
No.
Oh, wow. Boy, I sense all the happiness.
Yay.
Uh, Yay. All right, guys, tell the world how to get a hold of you guys.
So we have a website. It's girlafterghost.com. And then we're also on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
How is your TikTok going?
I don't think we were.
It's going all right. I'm still having some issues with uploading videos and it
Mm.
muting
Now,
my videos.
how many followers do you guys have on TikTok?
Uh, Not very many on TikTok. I don't.
Now, would you say the biggest problem about TikTok is you can't do live? You can't do live videos.
You can do live videos. You have to have over 1,000 followers, I believe it is.
Exactly, exactly. So if you guys want to join Clapper is no different than TikTok. The only difference is you guys can go live the minute you create your website. I did it the first time. Uh, I was able to go live and man talk to any and everybody around the world. You know, TikTok has maybe 30, maybe 40 million followers, probably more. But Clapper is not too far from there, also. I'm thinking it maybe have 20 million followers. So you guys might want to check into that
Maybe.
uh, and see. I'm telling you, it is so easy. It is so basic. You guys will love it. Uh, you ain't got to worry about dealing with, and it's pretty much the same way as TikTok, but it's the guys aptly simplified it.
Well, we will definitely check that out.
I mean, it's one button for everything. There's one button for photos, one button for live, and there's one button for videos.
That's what I
And
like. Simple.
yeah, and there's a lot of people on there too. Tell me, 20 million people, and it's not too far from TikTok.
All right.
Like I said, but the only difference with TikTok, hell, you got to hit 1,000 followers just to go live. Here, you don't have to. Well, guys, hey, it has been a pleasure speaking with you guys. I really enjoyed it. Feel free to share uh, uh, this podcast with everybody on your social media, uh, and so on and so on. And if you got anybody from North Carolina, paranormal wise, that would love to come on the podcast, send them my way.
Sure will.
And I will do whatever I can to get them on the show. You know what I'm saying? But okay, in closing arguments, questions, anything from you guys, here is your time.
I would say don't drink and drive, for one.
Did you say don't drink and draw?
Drive.
Oh, no, you said draw. I'm like, I agree with that.
And I would say you should check out Girl After Ghost.
Check them out, guys. Hey, yeah, make sure you guys go hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. Hey, you know what? Right now, they're sitting at 509 followers. Let's get these numbers up, fellas and ladies. Let's get these numbers up. They're like at 393 likes. Let's get these numbers up. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why this team should have at least 1.3K or more. So support, support, support. Let's get that support going, guys. All you guys over there on Rumble and Kick and Twitch, hey, come on over, man, and hit these guys up on Facebook. Let's get their numbers up. All you guys on YouTube, same thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, see you guys. I'll be contacting you guys in 2 months to see how you guys are doing. Hey, she look like. Are you tired?
Who, me?
Oh Lord. No. Oh, y'all twins.
Basically.
I forgot your name. What's your name again? Not Megan, but Brittany. Are you tired, Brittany?
I am tired.
I can tell because you were staring into space. That's why I started messing with you. Because you were like,
Dissociating at its finest.
like, oh no. All right, guys. Hey, once again, appreciate it. Let's do it again. And I'll hope to hear from you guys soon. But in the meantime, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast saying goodbye from the state of North Carolina.
Bye.
Peace, guys. You guys have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Smile away, boys. Smile away.